Start Your Dungeons is now sponsored by Level Up Games, the largest and best board game, role playing, miniature games, collectible card game, hobby, and nerd store in Georgia. With a wide variety of events and product lines, Level Up Games is sure to have the product for every gamer you know. With three convenient locations in Duluth, Johns Creek, and Athens, there's bound to be a store near you. Plus, they ship anywhere in the U.S. from their online shop at levelupgamesatl.com. Thanks for sponsoring the channel, Level Up Games, and check out their event calendar and online store at the link in the description. Hello, welcome to Start Your Dungeons. I'm Bryce.
I'm Adam.
And today we're doing kind of one of my favorite things to do every single year, which is 2024's year in review of our favorite games, things that surprise us, little things that disappoint us, looking forward to the New Year's. It's a lot of fun, so I'm excited to talk about it. So what's nice is I feel like this year we also picked different things. Like last year I picked two so we wouldn't have different things, but this year we actually picked different ones for everything.
We also didn't get to play as many things this year.
This year has been wild. I feel like between your work,
very busy this year.
Your work, job change for me, life changes in general. Like it just feels like this year was not. But honestly, I want to say this too. Thank you everyone who's still supporting us. Like we literally are up to 2,000 views on some of our videos, 3,000 views. Like we appreciate y'all. Like seriously, this is just something me and Adam said. Let's do for fun a year and a half ago in your basement, and he still doesn't let me out. That's the sad part. Y'all need to save me.
You just keep working on these games. Keep painting, boy.
Keep painting, boy. Make sure you know them rules by Saturday. But, thank you guys. Seriously, we couldn't do this without you. We're so grateful to have a community here in Athens, that helps us and we get to play games with. So let's get it off, though. Let's talk about our favorite RPG starter set. Why don't you go first for that one?
All right, so let's clarify, this is not stuff that came out this year.
Right.
These are, our favorites that we reviewed this year.
Yeah.
So this could be from anything that we reviewed. My favorite RPG starter that we reviewed this year was the Star Wars Beginner Box.
The Edge of the Empire one.
Specifically the Edge of the Empire box. I feel like no matter what, that is still going to be one of my top games, especially for beginner players.
100%.
And I know that, just going back to, like something we said in the video, I know people are intimidated by the dice. Knock it off. Play that game.
It's so good. Like, I think it's such a well done. It does a really good job, too. And we may not talk about this a lot in the video, of just throwing you into the action, getting you through a cool scene, and then getting you out without not needing to really drill down into so much stuff to get an understanding. It
feels like Star Wars.
Oh, it's so well done. Dude. Genesis system is great. I think not enough people have played it, and they really should.
Yeah. What about you?
My favorite miniature starter set, or RPG starter set, and I'm going to say this now, it's a starter set. Stop commenting on my videos that it says it's not. It is a starter set. Just because it's not the same, it's different, does not mean it's not a starter set. It's Dragon Bait, guys. We have played...
It's in a box.
Yeah, like it's in a starter. It's a way to start playing the game. It has everything you need. I'm sorry to offend y'all, but come on,
so many downvotes.
Yeah.
So many downvotes.
But I love Dragonbane. You haven't still gotten a chance to play it yet, which I feel bad. I didn't realize. We need to definitely do that. But Dragonbane has been, for me, if I was looking to play a fantasy RPG this year that wasn't going to be Pathfinder, I think this game might be, if I'm not playing Pathfinder, this might be my fantasy game I pick.
Pretty
like
cool.
It's pretty impressive. So yeah, let's do a favorite mini starter, and I'll start with this one. We just did a review for it a little bit earlier, so it's fresh on my mind. But the Underworld's Emberguard core season box, like anyone knows I love Underworlds. Go watch that review if you haven't, guys. Seriously, the new core game is so good for the new edition. I really like it. And Emberguard, just for a person who came from first edition and had a little bit of hesitation, that box set gives me so much hope for this game, and I'm really excited for it. So
for me, it was Age of Sigmar Skaven Tide. I love that game. I don't get to play it, but I really liked everything that came in the Skaven Tide box. Loved the models. It just checked all the boxes for me.
It was probably, in my opinion, I think we've talked about it a few times. GW starter sets sometimes suck for their big games.
Like really, some of the big games, they're overwhelming.
Or the price point difference
Yeah, the
between
price point.
multiples and
Yeah, the
like
price point can be wrong.
yeah.
I think the Skaven Tide box was good. I think it was a good value. I think you get, especially like the models are good. The book is good. I like
Yeah.
the new core book. Just overall,
Spearhead
yeah,
stuff in
Spearhead's
there. Like
great.
there's literally two ways to play that game in one box, and that's
Yeah,
impressive.
it's really cool.
Let's do favorite RPG core book. I think it's the same for both of us.
It is.
Eat the Reich.
Eat the Reich.
Grant Howitt, you're a legend to us, man.
Yeah.
Like, I love you. I'm gonna figure out how to get. I've tried to talk to you at Gen Con, didn't work out. We're gonna make something work out, man. I promise. We'd love to have you on an interview. But like, yeah,
So creative, just so like the whole set is beautiful.
you can't beat the price too.
Can't beat the price. For us, it was honestly, it was such an experience to play that game.
It is in my honest opinion, is the best action-packed system that you can have in this like entire like RPG world. It just feels like it's go 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 go, and the action never stops, and that's huge.
Right. So what surprised you? Let's start with RPGs.
We reviewed it recently, but and the video will be up soon for it. But for me, it's Terra Target Gemini, which is the Needs Games second game after Fabia Ultima. Man, if you love OSR games, if you like simplified like D20 systems, man, Terra Target Gemini surprised me. I didn't know a whole lot about it. Picked it up at Gen Con, ran it every week for like 2 months up at the store, and didn't get to play it that much. But I reviewed it with a few people. I have a local here who comes to the app store named Megan. She always asks me, "Do you ever want to run that again?" Like she loved it. I mean, guys,
It's such
seriously,
a good-looking game.
it's such a
wild
kooky
looking.
and fun and like weird Wild West sort of style to it. Yeah, I mean, guys, Terra Target Gemini is like, if you're gonna pick up and I don't love OSR games that much. They're not always my jam.
They're mine.
I know they're more yours, but Terra Target Gemini is a game that breathes its setting and fun, and I just loved so much. It knocked me out of the boat. Like it's amazing. What about for you?
For me, I mean, it's been out for a while. It got a new core set, but it's Pathfinder Second Edition. I keep finding things to love about it. It surprises me because while I played First Edition, I did like it. It was a little overwhelming, but it was it served its purpose. I keep finding new things about Second Edition that I like. It's just a more pleasurable experience overall. So love it.
I think Pathfinder 2e for me, do you know what it does for me that I think matters a lot to us because of what we did when I started? It reminds me of 4e in ways sometimes, and honestly, like
sometimes,
yeah, and
like little things.
we started together with like 4e and playing with Chad and all that, and sometimes I think that's what I love about it. But like, yeah, dude, I tell people all the time, I'm like, if you're looking to play a fantasy RPG and you're not playing Pathfinder 2e, you're missing out. Like you really are. And guys, look, 1e was hard, right?
Yeah.
If you can play 5e, you can play Pathfinder 2e.
Yeah,
like
don't
please
judge
check it
Second
out.
Edition based on the First Edition.
It's so different.
Like especially because there's so many people who want an alternative to Fifth Edition D&D,
right?
And the new core books that Wizards of the Coast has put out, and nothing against those products. I just want to say if you want an alternative, which we did, Pathfinder 2e, it's amazing.
Yeah. What about what surprised you for miniatures? Why don't you do that next?
Spearhead, Age of Sigmar Spearhead. I mean, it's such a great small version of Age of Sigmar, and I can just grab a Spearhead box and put together my miniatures and just start playing.
And it's good. Like it does fit a weird. It kind of actually to me feels like AOS and Underworlds had a little bit of a baby because it's like objectives and stuff like that, and kind of how like you have cards that you want to score and stuff. I don't know. I think it's really well designed. But GW, please give me more boards. Like I'm ready for new stuff.
That's what we need. We need more boards,
and we need more options.
Cards, that's what we need. We're all set on boxes of miniatures.
Yeah.
For that, we need more options for boards and cards.
Yeah, 100%. For me, my miniature surprise, and David's gonna laugh when he watches this video of my buddy. It's Marvel Crisis Protocol. Like, guys, I did not like that game when it first came out. It was not for me. I was a big Shatterpoint guy because I like the simplicity of it. But man, y'all, I have spent way too much store credit on Marvel Crisis Protocol. Like, I love that game. I mean, literally, David and I were playing that game 3 to 4 times a week. Like, I was playing on TTS, going over to house and playing, like with my buddy Tony and also our friend Ryan. Like, I don't know, guys. If you're looking for a game that feels really well designed in terms of like superhero-esque sort of gameplay, I mean, I play Spider Foes. I'm playing as Doc. I'm shooting you with laser beams in my turn, throwing buildings at you. Like, it's all. And then Thanos is coming up to kick my butt. And then it's like, man, I don't know what it is about that game. But like, painting it also reminds me of my childhood. And like playing, like, I painted my Venom, like old Marvel vs. Capcom fighting game guys. So he's blue. He looks really cool.
It does look good.
But it just feels so fun to be playing that game and go, these are things I grew up on. Even though I'm not a big Marvel guy as much anymore, I still love it. And it really surprised me. What's your disappointment for this year?
I'm probably going to make some enemies.
That's fine. That's what we do here.
So for Free RPG Day, we ran several games.
Quite a few, yeah.
And I was going to run the Marvel role-playing game. No one showed up for it, and I am really glad they didn't. Because I read the quick start, I read online materials, I put together everything for that game. I don't ever want to play that game. I get that some people really like the 3d6 system for that. I don't like it.
Which is weird because it's like, it's kind of like very similar to Fantasy Age in some ways, isn't it?
But it's not good.
Yeah, like
it is a not good version of a 3d6 system. Like if I'm gonna play something like that, I'd rather just play Fantasy Age.
Yeah.
To be honest, if I'm going to play a Marvel role-playing game, I would go back a version and play the one from Margaret Weiss Publications. Because that one was pretty good. It didn't sell very well.
Did you see the 40-year anniversary DC RPG is coming back?
Yes, I did, and I want that.
Oh my gosh, I was kind of really excited about that.
I'm just not. It's not for me.
Yeah,
that's what I'll say. If you love it, I'm glad you love it, but I don't love it.
For me, you can probably tell when we reviewed it, guys. I didn't love the Arkham Horror RPG starter set. I think that game is a board game masquerading as a role playing game.
Which that doesn't bother me.
I don't know, dude. Like, I think, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you.
Horror.
I think if I replayed that game with people who knew a little bit better what was in it and what was involved, I think I would have a different experience. And that's nothing against people I played with. So don't be mad at me, Wayne. I'm not talking about you. But like, I think that experience was not good for me or the players in the long run, which is why I was disappointed in it. Because there are some things I really like in that system. I like the way the stress kind of happens and your dice get switched out and stuff. It's really cool ideas. I just don't think it didn't gel with me at all, and I'm not itching to play it again at all. So it's like, I don't know. It really, I think, just overall it was a disappointment. But I think it has opportunity, unlike Marvel.
So I want to do my 3 games that I'm excited to review first.
Okay.
And then I want you to do yours second. And I have a reason for that.
Okay.
Just because I think that your last one, I think, is important.
Yeah.
Okay. Games that I'm excited to review in the upcoming year. I keep saying that I want to play this game.
We still haven't.
I have had this game for over a year, and I still haven't played it.
For the fans of the channel, it was on our thing last year.
I've read the entire book. I love the book.
Yeah.
Household.
Yeah.
I want to play it. I got the special dice, and I know that there's the 5th edition version, and I mean, I kind of want that book too, just because hey, there's these things that I want to mine from it. But I love the dice system for this. It's like poker.
Yeah.
You know, you've got the faces on the
it's matching sets.
I love it. I want to play this. I want to review it. I want you guys to love it. The artwork is beautiful.
The artwork alone sells that book. It really is gorgeous.
The second one on my list, I only have the 1st edition right now. I think they've been wrapping up their Kickstarter, but the Trail of Cthulhu Second Edition. Trail of Cthulhu uses the gumshoe system, and if you've never played a gumshoe system game, it's so much fun because it's all about investigation. Heart attack.
Well, that's your fault technically because you're the one who runs those games.
Trail of Cthulhu and Bubblegum Shoe, those are the two that I own, and I've run both of them, and they're so fun.
Not with me.
It wasn't with you. I'm sorry.
I feel so hurt.
I cheated on him. And this game seems so intense just because there are so many options, but oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. It's Break. This is inspired by like your Super Nintendo, kind of games, but
I'm intrigued to try that game because that game looks crunchy.
It's so crunchy.
But it looks interesting. And do you know why I think it's going to be interesting to see? Where does this fit when I want to play Fabula Ultima? And how does this compare as like a crunchier Fabula Ultima maybe S system?
And see, I don't think that this is going to replace Fabula Ultima for me.
Me either, but more it has a similar feel to it, I think, in some ways of what it's trying to reproduce. Very, very Dragon Quest.
Yeah.
Very Dragon Quest.
And since Obojima is not out because the printing of that book, just in case you are a Kickstarter for that has been delayed and delayed and delayed.
I didn't realize that.
Well, in their defense, they're trying to make the book actually really good.
I mean, that's better, yeah.
And they were trying to catch layout errors and things like that, and
I appreciate that.
I would rather it be delayed and better than a piece of garbage and in my hands right then.
Looking at you, Fantasy Volumes 1 and 2 of miniatures. That was mean.
Anyway, so those are my three I want to review this year.
No, I'm excited for all of those, actually. I'm actually excited for Break because we don't play a lot of crunchy RPGs, and I'm ready to try something. It's not Lancer. I do want to try Lancer at some point, but that is apparently Excel sheets worth of data. My three games. I'm going to talk about... I actually changed one of mine because I remember I have something at the house that we haven't played yet that I really want to try. First one is, for those who don't know, the Kickstarter for Mechborg is wrapping up, and Steel Psalm, which is the miniature game version. I only got Mechborg, which is kind of like giant robot fighting, board game. I'm just kind of enjoying board games more now. I don't like Morkborg still. That's not for me. Just the setting for that doesn't work for me. But Pyroborg and Cyborg have been like games I really, really freaking enjoy.
It's like the whole Borg thing is kind of like it's creeping into all of our minds like a virus, and it will take over.
Yeah. But you know what though? I think board games have done a better job now. Even they've gone past the bit of the hype, and they've gotten to where the stuff that's coming out now is just good quality and not so much just, oh my gosh, there's a system and I'm just going to produce everything for it.
I will always play Pirate Borg. If you slap that on the table, I'm going to play Pirate Borg, and I'm going to play the Cyborg game.
I'm happy y'all like Cyborg. I think Cyborg is so much fun.
It's so good. That book is great.
My other one that I don't know if I've talked about on here, I don't even know if I've really talked about about running it because it's so different, is the Die RPG based on the comic book.
Yeah.
That game, oof, it can be rough. I think that game is maybe a game where it's got to be the right people. If I'm not bringing the right people to that system, I don't think it's going to do well. It's probably why I haven't run it at the store, because I've talked to a few people about it. It's kind of very similar to how if you're going to come to a game that I'm running called Thirsty Sword Lesbians, there needs to be a conversation about what's going to happen at that table. Die RPG.
That's a cool game.
Yeah, that's a really cool game. We need to play that. Yeah. It's been a while. I've had that on. I've kickstarted that for years, and I still haven't touched it and played it very much. But Die RPG, I think, looks really interesting, and I think I read it when it came out and was like, this is really cool, and then it just kind of sat on my shelf because I think it was just so not something that I was going to touch and play with y'all very frequently, so I want to go back to that. Last but not least, I want to talk about our good buddy Wayne. We're talking about something coming out that I'm excited to review because the quick start is out now. You can go to DriveThru RPG and pick it up now. We'll make sure to link it as well. Rustwater. Wayne, I have not played in a game of Rustwater with you. You owe me a game of Rustwater.
I have.
Yeah, I know.
Fun.
Rustwater, I can't even really describe it to y'all. It's futuristic, fantasy, dark. You know what it honestly reminds me of? And you can tell me if I'm wrong here. It kind of feels like Dark Sun. And I think if that excites you, then you should check it out. Again, the quick starts online. Kismet Games does amazing stuff, guys. Wayne and his writing partner D always put out good stuff. And Wayne, like, I told you the other day, buddy, like, I'm excited to check that game out. So that is when we're excited. So that's our 2024 year in review, but we're going to talk about some things that are coming up. We're going to talk about changes. I'm moving. So I'm leaving the Athens area, unfortunately, and I will be moving to South Carolina because I am working full-time at Clemson University now. Super exciting, super great, but that means changes are going to happen, guys. I think people have probably noticed, like you said, we have not reviewed as much. We're both busy. We both got full-on lives that we deal with. And I think moving forward, there's going to be less of these, less of the desk. Oh, less of the desk, baby.
The desk. That we got for free.
I know. It's so nice. We look so professional with it. But we're going to start doing some more online stuff. And I also think we're going to try, because we're going to move to online, maybe some new ideas. Because I think there's opportunities that, like, if we can't meet in person, to be able to have more... and y'all seem to like the podcast episodes when we post them. They don't do as well as some of our other stuff. People seem to like those. Maybe more of a more frequent stuff like that. That's a little bit more of like quick chats about games and stuff.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if anyone likes shorts. Maybe we could do some.
We've talked about doing shorts, and I really need to.
So, I mean, if there's something that you want our show to do. Then drop a comment. I mean, there may be some things that we can't do because of logistics. With him living in a different state, like doing...
Or, the other thing I always tell people, we can't always review everything because of price, too, guys.
See, that's another thing.
Yeah.
But if, like, for things like, doing like full actual plays and things like that, we may be limited, especially like scheduling and stuff like that. But if there's something that you want, put a comment down there. We'll see if we can make it happen.
Yeah, because again, this channel isn't. I mean, it kind of is for us in some ways because we get to talk about the things we love.
Yeah.
But it is for y'all. Like we started this thing as making a YouTube channel that was built around reviewing starter sets, but also putting a positive spin in most cases on things. And
we don't talk about a lot of stuff that we hate.
Right.
No. Sometimes our frustrations, but we really only review games that we like. Because I've played more games in the last year and a half than what we've talked about, and
the channels help with that, though. Honestly.
And there's been games that I didn't like, and I never talked about on the show because I'm not going to promote, and I don't want to drag down a company that maybe they worked really hard on something and it just wasn't for me, and it wasn't. I just didn't click with it, but maybe you do. So, and that's kind of like we try to be positive about these games.
Right. And I think that's huge for us. And also, too, like we said, we just want to try some new stuff. Because, again, I still want to do the desk every now and then when we can. But I think it'll be more, you're going to see more of our stuff like we do with our interviews, where it's going to be over Zoom. It's probably going to be a little bit of a more simplified way of doing things. But, change is good. I think I posted that the other day. Change is always good, and everything is a stepping stone towards something greater. So, anyway, thank you again for an amazing 2024, y'all. We appreciate you all as always. Like Adam said, if there's anything you would like us to do, like us to check out, I'm always down for people to ask me to review games, by the way. So if there's a game you want us to review, put it down there, because somebody did that on one of our early videos. By the way, I haven't forgot you. I still have that game at my house. I just haven't got a chance to play it yet, and I refuse to review it without playing it. Defiant, is that what it is? Oh, what is that game? It starts with a D. It's about gods and like angels and like living in a society. It was really interesting.
Sounds pretty neat.
Yeah. But anyway, if you have any comments or anything, like we always say, shout them out below. But until next time, y'all take care and Happy New Year.
Yeah, you too.
All right. Bye.